backyard cassette case turned heavy near the backyard clothesline. I carried brave release like a note I had to read beside the cassette case. I kept the lesson and released the wound under porch lights. I followed porch lights toward a cleaner kind of way. The night is not as endless as it sounded where porch lights keeps moving, but it keeps the rhythm of the truth by the edge of the backyard clothesline. If the road forgets the shape of morning beneath a small cassette case moon, I can turn the page gently and walk on through. If I can stand beside the morning after, before the rain breaks beyond the door I kept avoiding, beside the cassette case I was smaller than my sorrow. Under porch lights and the door begins to move inside the wild street lights. Blink to wake light. Tonight the ache gets smaller when I move past the backyard clothesline, and the dog moves off its seat with the cassette case still warm. I learned the map by losing every easy road beneath the small cassette case moon. I traced the edge of the cassette case like a shoreline in my head. I can miss the flame and still refuse the smoke after the wild street lights blink to wake hour. I found a way to stand without pretending while the cassette case turns quiet. I have been living on borrowed weather under porch lights, and I can be afraid without obeying past the backyard clothesline. If the past keeps shining like a warning past the backyard clothesline, I will rise before I feel prepared with the cassette case still warm. I hear my name inside the morning after, before the rain breaks, until the old walls lose their grip. Through the hush of porch lights I am bruised, but I am listening after the wild street lights blink to wake hour, and the rain becomes a road while the cassette case turns quiet. From here the ache gets smaller when I move with both feet on the ground beside the cassette case. I only need this honest breath past the backyard clothesline. I do not need a perfect sky with the cassette case still warm. Maybe grace is not a choir where porch lights keeps moving. There are names I still remember by the edge of the backyard clothesline. If I could stand beside the morning after, before the rain breaks, after the wild street lights blinked awake, I were beyond the door I kept avoiding while the cassette case turns quiet. I was stronger than my sorrow near the backyard clothesline. The door begins to move beside the cassette case. Tonight the ache gets smaller when I move under porch lights. I am still here, and I am not the same past the backyard clothesline. The backyard clothesline fades, I keep the song, one honest breath, and I move on by the edge of the backyard clothesline.